Good evening, welcome to tonight's Varsity Volleyball match. This time we'd like to introduce our starting lineup. First for our guests, Winamac. Starting tonight, the libero number 0, Kaya Campbell. The receiving captain, number 2, Taylor Jennings. Number 5, Maggie Smith. Number 6, Cassidy Softback. Number 9, Kendall Johnson. Number 16, McIntyre Richards. And number 22, Jenna Zire. Winamac's head coach is Heather Gaston. Now, for your Triton, big blue flag. Number 1, Emma Lemler. Triton speaking captain wearing number 4, Jayla Lemler. Number 5, Delaney Miller. The libero wearing number 6, Molly McFarland. Number 7, Alexia Bostar. Number 8, Abby Beard. And number 12, Alexa Beard. Triton's head coach is Terry. At this time, please rise, place the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, welcome Triton Trojans fans. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin Greer and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network as our Big Blue Slam. Welcome in Winamac for this HNAC contest. Triton coming in with a 10-7 record, undefeated in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. Meanwhile, Winamac comes in with 11-9 record, 3-1 in conference play for them. So we should be up for a good one here tonight. There's a lot of athleticism on both sides of the court. Big Blue Slam, we obviously know what they're capable of tonight, and they defend their home court very well. The only loss coming this season was against – who was it earlier this season? Wow. John Glenn came in during the tournament, and that's the only loss at the Trojan Trench here for the Big Blue Slam. A very talented young set of young ladies. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna be tough to beat, and they're gonna give Winamac all they can handle. Of course, Gavin, his first volleyball play or calling, if you want to broadcast. So Jayla Faulkner sends it away, and we're underway here at the Trojan Trench. Nice block there by Delaney Miller and Lexia Hostrauser, making sure that one doesn't go back across. Jayla Faulkner, she'll make her way back to the line for her second attempt. And another block by Hostrouser, and another one. Hepler keeps it alive, and McFarland too many hits. And we'll knot it up at 1. Now, Gavin, now I may sound like I know a little bit. I read the Volleyball for Dummies book, so I learned as much as I could here.
I don't know too much about it.
Well, it's pretty fast-paced. I like it. Hostrouser too strong on the spike, and that'll put Winamac up by 1. It takes there's a lot going on. It's like basketball where there's a lot of team involvement, a lot of communication. You got to be able to work that ball. You don't only hit it 3 times across. There's a lot of it's very technical. Veers tips it across. Winamac keeps it alive. It's a very technical game. A lot of fun, fast-paced. I like the fast-paced aspect of it. It's like watching fast break basketball when it gets going. It's a lot of fun to watch. So Taylor Jennings, the senior, gets ready to send it away again. They're on a 3-point swing here. Triton needs to answer. McFarland keeps it alive. Veers comes across the spike. Alexa Veers answered that call. Triton's back on the board. Hepler, Madison, Dahl. We're going to swap places. Or Madeline Dahl, not Madison. Madeline. A little too strong for Miller. And that'll give Winamac another one. I looked at the wrong name. Checking in now is Caden Craig, senior hitter for the Lady Warriors. Johnson sends it across. Awfully close to the net, and Winamac somehow recovers. Dahl with the spike and the point. It's a little different than tennis, but there's some aspects. You just don't have a tennis racket and 1 or 2 people on either side. Abby Veers, the very strong player, goes up there. She can spike, she can block. She's a pretty good hitter. Here we go. And the spike coming across by Caden Craig. Triton couldn't block that one, keep it away as McFarland checks back in. Molly is currently the conference leader in digs. And she leads by a pretty commanding margin. Veers spikes it home. So 5-4 now. And that'll send senior Emma Hepler back to her own end line. Get ready to send it across to the Warriors.
Alexa Veers.
Alexa, my goodness. 3 o'clock was way too early this morning. Alexa, good afternoon. And nice block there by Abby Veers. And we're not up at 5. Go ahead, what were you saying?
I said that was good.
Oh, yeah, they're real good at that. They got some real good, the communicating's real good as Alexa gets ready to send it away. Alexa, number 6 in aces in the conference stat line. Too strong of a hit there by Jenna Zeider. The senior, a little too strong of a hit. Triton back up by 1. Alexa's going to get after me if she hears that. My bad. Triton keeping it alive. Fears comes across. High set there. Winamac's got 1 more hit to get it back across and does. Veers with the set. And a big block by Maggie Smith. Knot it back up at 6. Judging by this first set, it's going to be a contest here tonight as Triton still holds on to that traveling trophy. Faulkner gets it just across, but Miller keeps it alive. Faulkner sends it back across. One thing about Winamac, they keep that ball alive. Good job by Veers to get it back across. Tips it across. Miller, but they're going to say Triton stepped underneath the net. I don't know what all the hand signals are. I've had some coaching up from some parents trying to help me figure this out. It's a lot of fun. I like this game, though. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun to watch.
It's a lot fast paced. I didn't really realize that until I came and sat and watched the game. I'm like, this is a lot of fun. I wish they broadcasted this more.
Yeah. Hit it so fast when they hit it back, it has to hurt.
Oh, yeah. And we had to redo interviews, and I was asking Lexia and Molly what it's like to. Yes, yeah, I've got it. Yep. Triton currently sitting second tied for first in the conference, undefeated, along with Pioneer, and Winamac is right behind them. They're 3-1 with LaVille, who's 2-1. So Triton and Winamac number 2 and number 3, if you go off the order. As Emma Hepler, the sniper, gets ready to go back to her own end line to send it back across. Yeah, I asked them. They said, well, you just get used to it. I was like, I don't know, between that and diving on the floor, it about kills me just watching it.
At least they have knee pads.
Yep. Hear that in basketball. It hurts in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
But a tough set of girls. As Hensley checks in. Veers with the hit. But there's the block, but nobody there. Miscommunication on Triton's end. Winamac up 3. Craig sends it back across. Veers with the spike going off the hand of Craig. Triton gets a point. And Lexia Hostrouser, she'll check in. As McFarland gets ready to send away the serve. That one just inside that far sideline. Winamac back up for Triton here. Got to keep your heads in it. Don't let yourself get too far away here. No, they defend this floor really well. Pretty good team. Pretty good group of girls out there. And the Hepler keeps it alive. Hostrouser with the spike and finds an empty spot in the zone.
Good
and
placement.
Triton. And let me tell you, Alexia, she's got some up. She can jump now.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't realize how tall that net was till I go down there.
Yeah.
It's a lot taller than you think it is.
I think they all have pretty good hops.
They all have pretty good
I
hops.
saw warm-ups and other matches I've been to.
Nice job by Hepler to keep it alive. Triton, nice job there on defense. Yeah, you got to have a lot of athleticism there. I mean, everybody over there's got hops and speed and quickness. And they're going to say she touched the net. Don't like that one. Got her hands in the net on that one. Puts Winamac back up by 3. Yeah, but I watched some of these girls play basketball last year and the year before that. It's like, man, you got to be athletic to do this. I didn't realize how much goes into it until I really started watching. And you want to watch something scary, you watch the men play in the college level of Division I. You talk about a rocket coming off some of them guys' hands. My word, I watched the guy break his nose.
Oh.
Whew. Mercy sakes. Now it'll be in. A little deep. Misread there. And Coach Perry will take a timeout for the Big Blue Slam as they trail here by 5 in this opening set. Like we talked about, we have some real talented players on this team. Abby Veers, number 3 in kills, and Hostrouser right behind her with number 4 in the conference. We said Molly McFarland, conference leader in digs. And no, that does not include a shovel. I know that joke's never going to get old for me. Like I said, Triton sitting up there, they're number 2 in the conference, 3-0. For them, that's huge. I mean, they played some pretty good teams, and they're really getting things figured out. As I was talking about McFarland and the digs, she has 220 digs on the season coming into this game. Next person close to her was Nat Gonzalez with 194. So Molly's well in hand leading the conference in that one. Faulkner's sitting there at 4th with 135 digs, so she's pretty talented. Alexa Veers, you talk about a universal remote. She's all over the place. Number 7 in that. As we said earlier, she's number 6 in aces. So Alexa Veers, I mean, she can do a lot of things really well. There's, like I said, move it all everybody around. There's a lot of talent spread across the court for the Big Blue Slam, as they are very talented, and they're going to give Winamac all they can handle here tonight. McFarland to Hepler. Hostrouser tips it across, and Winamac can't keep it alive, and Triton will grab it. Triton very good coming out of timeouts as Hensley will check out, Miller checks in, Hepler will come out, and Dahl will check in. There we go. Miller sends it across. And Dahl finds an empty spot in the zone. Triton with a 2-point swing out of the timeout. Clearly have the momentum here on this swing. He is? Well, there he is. Will you try? Nice block there by Alexa Veers. McFarland gets it across on that third hit. And Dahl finds another soft spot in the zone. 3-point swing now. I said 4 hits now. And trying to give it over, and that'll give Winamac their first point out of the timeout. Craig checks in. She'll go down in her spot along the net. Strong hit there, goes well out of bounds by Kendall Johnson, the sophomore. What we were talking about earlier about athleticism in this group of the Lady Trojans out there for the volleyball team. I'm telling you right now, you got to be able to move quick. You have to stop quick, and you got to react twice as fast as basketball. I mean, you got to be quick. You got to anticipate. Oh man! And then you talk about the sets. And then you got the blocks. So when they go to set the ball, you got to be perfectly level. If you're off one side or not, it'll be called a double hit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have that.
You have to watch the net the whole time too.
Oh
and
yeah.
Where your feet go.
Yep. There's a lot to it. Fears can't quite get the angle she wanted on that one. Winamac up 4. Faulkner keeps it alive. Miller can't get there. A little miscommunication between her and Dahl. And a little run here now for the Warriors. Awfully strong hit there by Richards. Checking in now is their libero, Kayla Campbell, sophomore. Miller keeps it alive. Nice job there. Faulkner back across. And the libero, Kayla Campbell, can't keep it alive, and Triton back on the board. And that'll send senior Alexa Veers back to her own line, and she gets ready to send it away. Gavin, I was a little disappointed you weren't at the junior miss deal there, and you didn't get to go do the junior mister competition. I was a little disappointed.
I had a big tennis tournament that day, so I was tired, didn't want to come.
You could have found some energy there. You're still young. Coach Perry settling down the girls there. Slow miscommunication. Winamac now gives that one back. Triton back down by 4. As Hensley and Hepler are going to check back in. And checking back in for the Warriors will be Kayla McDaniel, the junior. And the sharpshooting Hepler sends it back across. Blocked by Abby Veers. Triton now on 2-point swing. Yeah, I like calling this. This is a lot of fun. I came home after watching it brought Jackson to a game. I went home to my wife and said, I love volleyball. I said, Danny's got to play this. Faulkner tips it across. Showing off some finesse there. McFarland keeps it alive. Nice job by Hensley, and Veers can't quite get underneath it enough, but good effort there as Winamac's now 4 points away from the set. And Abby Veers with the spike. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in the way of that thing when she comes to slam it down. McFarland now, she'll get ready to serve it away. A lot of talent on this volleyball roster. Oh, that one goes up in the basket, still playable. Oh, and miscommunication, Triton on the 2-point swing. Almost made it in the basket. I guess if you're going to reverse it, it'll work. I still think they need to get points. If they bounce off the backboard and comes to the hoop, they still need to get points for that.
That'd be cool.
That's at least off the backboard again. Winamac likes hitting that basket and miscommunication. Triton on a 3-point swing. Triton inches their way back into this set, and that'll force Winamac to take a timeout.
It has to be hard with the hoops in here.
And you can play it off of them.
Yeah, but it comes down so fast off of it.
And plus, you got to get yourself set, and it comes off. You got to get the right angle. And And talking to the girls, and Emma was showing me some stuff. Like I said, the interviews, I was unsupervised, and the audio just wasn't good enough. So we're redoing the interviews, and I get to do them again. But talking to Molly, Lexia, and Emma on some of the aspects of volleyball, I'm telling you right now, I couldn't do it. I'll be straight up with you. I could not do it. I mean, I'm sure I could if I tried.
Yeah.
But what these young ladies do out here is very special, and they are a talented group. Don't doubt that at all. Hepler keeps it alive. Nice job by McFarland. Hostrouser back across. Nice job by Hensley. It hit the sideline, and Triton gets the point. We're knotted back up at 21. Big blue slam with all the momentum. They come out of a timeout. They play well out of a timeout. McFarland with it. And her serve goes across. Nice job by Alexa Veers to dig that one up. And they can't get it there as Taylor Jennings hits it right into the net. Triton's up 1. 3 points away now from winning this opening set. And the crowd here at the Trojan Trenches get into this one. Too strong by McFarland. A little too much adrenaline pumped into that one. We're knotted up at 22. Smith now. Hostrouser. They're going to say she stepped under the net. When Taylor Jennings went over there for her set, she had her foot on the half-court line underneath the net. And Triton back up 1, 2 points away now. Faulkner crossed. Almost had the ace. Hostrouser with some finesse, tries to tip it across. That one goes out. Triton's now 1 point away rather. Nice job there to keep that one alive. Junior J-Lo Faulkner now, she'll hit it across. Fears tries to keep it alive. Now they're trailed by 1. Got to win by 2 in the set. Substitution now for Winamac. Allison and Zeider will come in. It's McDaniel to the bench as Jennings gets ready to serve it away. Nice block by Alexa Veers. Too strong. Triton gets the set. Well, there you go, Gavin. You got to see your first set as a broadcaster. What'd you think?
It was good. Real back and forth, real close the whole time.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, there's a different aspect to it, and what I really like is their communication. I mean, you got to be on point. It's like an offensive line. You got to be on point. A basketball team, you got to have that flow, and that's just what's really amazing to me. I never really got into it before, is how much goes into it and how athletic, and then you got to be on point. And what these girls do, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling Danny she's got to do it.
the whole team's so close to, and they've been playing varsity since their probably sophomore years. Last year they only had one senior, didn't they?
I'm not sure. I didn't get to watch.
I think they did.
This year we only have one senior with Alexa.
They all got to step up young and get good playing time.
And I'm telling you what, this year and next year, this team next year was not a team. And this year even, you don't want to face the Big Blue Slam because they're coming out of the gates and they are a well-coached team. They are a very hard-working group. And I mean, I'm telling you what, they're smart. There's a high IQ on that down there on the floor, and they're athletic and they love playing volleyball. I mean, it's evident when you go out there and talk to them. I mean, it's there. You can tell they enjoy doing it and just getting to be part of that out there, you know, and then getting to know this group of girls, especially most of them through basketball, and getting to see some of them outside of basketball and like at the fair and stuff. And, you know, great group. I mean, like I said, I can speak for myself, like Alexa Veers. You talked about a leader. I mean, when they were playing John Glenn in that tournament and things were kind of going bad for them, one thing that really just impressed me was she was still encouraging them, and even when they were down and everything. I mean, John Glenn's a great team. That's a team that's probably going to contend for state. They're a great team. Not that we're a great team too. It's just John Glenn was a little bit better than us that day. But Alexa out there, it was dead quiet in here, and I'm even with the headset on, I could still hear her coaching the girls up, telling them to say, "We got this. We got to play our game. Play our game." She was encouraging them. That kind of leadership there really just kind of rubs off on the rest of them. They all communicate. They all keep each other encouraged. And that as a team, I mean, even especially as a high school student or watching high school sports, it's huge because when things don't go your way, it's hard. And like I said, I talked to Connor, and then like we talked about getting in your own head, and it makes it difficult. You play tennis, you know how tough it is, and you get I don't know how tennis completely works, but if you get down some points, it tends to it tends to get in your head, and then I mean it definitely affects things. And it definitely affects things, but these girls and what they do and how they encourage one another, it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And anybody, I mean, no matter what sport you play, you want to talk about how to be a great teammate and work together and gel as a unit. Watch these girls work here because, I mean, what they do even when things get tough, they find a way to pick each other up even when it's tough. And, you know, you're not going to win them all, but yet these girls and how they play and how they carry themselves is just awesome. Well, Jennings is going to get this second set underway here at the Trojan Trench. Big Blue Slam to receive. And a block there by Micaiah Richards, junior, 5'10". Don't ask me the positions. I know setter, and that's about it. Defensive specialist, libero.
I didn't even know they had positions. I just thought it was net and back. And then the libero.
Forget everything you learned in PE class as far as the rotation, because it is totally different. Veer is too strong of a hit, not the right angle, and Faulkner can't run it down. Winamac opens this set with 2 straight points. Jennings now sends it across. McFarland keeps it alive. Here we go. And Veers can't get the right angle underneath it. Had the right idea, but just couldn't, just a little bit over top of it. And now the 3-point swing continues for the Lady Warriors. Veers didn't like the angle. Hepler in the corner, a little miscommunication. 4-point swing now. Triton just needs to breathe. Just get that point, get those nerves shaken off. Strauser too strong of a hit. But right there, Emma Hepler, what she just did there, walking down there and encouraging Lexi. I mean, she's right there. It doesn't matter. Molly McFarland, she's a very vocal person too. Faulkner, she does a good job encouraging. I mean, and Miller there, and it goes right on the scorer's bench. 5-point swing. There they go. Like I said, the encouragement. You want to watch how to build a team. Watch this group of girls. That one goes out. Triton's on the board. So we'll see if those nerves got shaken off there as Dahl will check in for Hepler. Goes a little bit of height there along the net. As Delaney Miller sends it away. She's currently number 5 in sets in conference play. And, of course, Emma Hepler is number 3. number 8 in the ace department. Triton 2-point swing. And now a little miscommunication there along the front line. Triton there gets the ace. Delaney Miller with this attempt. 3-point swing momentum's definitely shifted to the Big Blue Slam. That one goes well up into the rafters. And can Winamac keep it alive? And they do. It's a strong hit, and Faulkner waited on it. And Triton out the 4-point swing. All the momentum definitely shifted over here to the Trojans. McFarland back to Miller. Hostrauser back across. And nice job by Dahl with the finesse. Hostrauser keeps it alive. Nice job. Dahl will send it in. Nice job. She sneaks into a little corner pocket there. Triton down 1. See right there. I love when they go up there and they do that and they just barely tap it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks they're going to. My wife does that in tennis and it absolutely drives me nuts. Swing and a miss by Winamac. 6-point swing coming out of that timeout, or coming out of that switch. After that 1 point, it's all they needed, 6 points. And Triton's back in a commanding spot here. And Winamac is shaking up pretty good as they trail now 1. Triton on a 7-point swing here in this second set. Big Blue Slam coming alive here at the Trojan Trench. Awfully close to the net, and they can't read it good enough. And libero Kayla Campbell will come in, and that's going to put down to the bench Zobzak. I probably got that wrong, but it's okay. 2-point lead for the Trojans. Miller with the dig to Veers. Hostrauser blocked, and they're going to get a 4 hits now on the Lady Trojans, so that 8-point run comes to a close. Winamac back on the board. Craig will check in. Somebody else checked in. I don't know who it was. Now send Kendall Johnson, the sophomore, back to send away the serve. Daniels and Faulkner and Hostrauser. Nice job by Hostrauser to find that little corner pocket. Little soft spot in the zone, back up 2. And Abby Veers will check in for McFarland. Nice job to keep it alive off the net. Nice job by Jayla Faulkner to send it across. Nice block by Veers, but Dahl can't recover. Thought she had a piece of it, didn't want to go for that double hit. And McFarland will check back in. Hostrauser will get a break. Now send Campbell back to serve. Strong hitting going on here, trying to keep this one alive. Triton leading the way. Veer sends it across. And that one goes in the net from Kendall Johnson, and Triton back up 2. And that'll send senior Alexa Veers back, number 6 in the conference in aces. Very good serve, but you talk about a universal remote, but you can't quite get that one to go over top the net. A little fatigued there, not. McFarland, Miller to Dahl. And nice job there. Triton back up 2. Emma Hepler now descended away. Going to go off the net, but Winamac gets the point. Trailing 1 here in the second set. Hepler keeps it alive from the hip from Veers. And a big spike coming in from Maggie Smith, the 5'11 junior. Spikes across. We're knotted up at 11. Nice job by Hepler. Had a rocket coming underneath that net. Had to turn away in a hurry. Good job by her. Showing off that finesse, knocking it back across. As McFarland tries to power it across the net. Winamac keeping it alive. Nice job by Hostrow's with the block to send it back across. Veers keeps it alive. That one almost goes off the I-beam. McFarland, Faulkner can't quite get to it in time, and we're knotted back up at 12. That was a hard hit from Veers. That almost went off the I-beam. There was some heat coming there to her on that one. Hostrowser, nice hit there. Veers keeps it alive. And Winamac can't recover. Triton back up. Faulkner sends it across. Hostrowser with the spike. Emma Hepler with the dig, trying to keep it alive, and they can't get it off the net. And we're on it back up at 13. Substitution now as Jenna Zeider comes in, and that'll send Kayla McDaniel back down to the bench. And sophomore Taryn Yates will come in for Alexa Veers. She'll get a break. And that one goes in the net. Triton back on top. Delaney Miller, last time she was serving away, they went on a 8-point swing. Dahl sends it across. Yates, Miller, McFarland sends it across. Just barely gets across there, and Winamac can't recover. Triton's up 2. And Abby Veers liked that one. Got her on her feet. And Delaney Miller can't get it the right angle on that one. Goes right into the net on that one. It's got to be tough. That's a long way, and you got to have that thing just right. You're just trying to get it right over top of the net.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of thinking that goes into it.
Have to figure the angle, the power. Want to try to hit it away from people, but there's so many of them out there.
Yep. That just adds another degree of difficulty to it.
Mm-hmm.
The block doesn't work. And we're knotted back up at 15. 2-point swing for Winamac. As Johnson gets ready to send it away again. Coach Caston calling out the play. Hostrowser gets it across. And the spike coming in, or the hit by Micaiah Richards, goes right in the net. Triton's back up by 1 as Abby Veers will check in for the Big Blue Slam. Ostrouser keeps it alive. That's a high hit. And Winamac, so I don't think it's going to get across. Veers was there just for insurance as they're out 2. 8 points away now. Showing life here in the second set. Ostrouser again. Oh, that one goes out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it was still in. And McFarland will check in. I'm surprised I'm even still awake at this point. I got a 2-hour power nap on the way home. Yates to Miller, and that one's going to barely go across. Dahl tries to keep it alive. Veers with the one-handed hit. And Miller gets it just across, and there's a soft spot in the zone. Yates can't cycle back in time. Not back up at 17. Kaya Campbell, the libero for the Warriors, sends it across. Abby Veer sends a rocket back onto Winamac's side. Nice job by Abby Veers to keep it going. Back up 1. This wasn't going to be easy. And Triton 3-0 in the conference, showing some serious signs of life. Against the Warriors 3-1 coming into here. Triton currently the only other undefeated team in conference play is Pioneer. And Triton only losing 1 game match here on this home floor this season. Comes across, Faulkner with the spike. She showed some ups on that one and puts them up 2. And timeout for the Warriors. Triton with all the momentum swinging back to their side. Well, Gavin, so another week of football's come and gone. Mm-hmm. I mean, now, so I know you're a Patriots fan. It's okay. It's okay. I've grown to live with it. So, what are you looking to see from this weekend?
Hopefully they can beat the Bills this week. They started off 3-0 too. Hopefully your Broncos can win this week.
Yeah, let's not get into that subject. No, and like I said, Dalton, with me, I'm obviously a Broncos fan, but on Twitter yesterday, and I felt accomplished. Dalton Reisner liked my post about him. I thought that was something else. My favorite player on the Broncos right now. And like he said, there's a lot worse things than being 0-3 and people having trouble with cancer every day. So he said they're just going to keep working and keep grinding. They'll figure it out. That's a good team. They're going to get it figured out.
They've had to play good opponents so far this year too.
Speaking of good teams and finding their way, Triton will go down to face Pioneer on Friday. That's going to be a tough matchup, but I like the confidence I heard from the guys. They have a lot of spunk going into that game, and they're a group that never gives up, and I just like seeing that from those guys.
We've always played well against Pioneer for how good of a team they are.
I mean, we were the only team to score on them until Knox did it there late in the season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in Pioneer they don't have Kaiser, but yet they're still a very talented group. Only 1 loss on the season.
We have a lot of offensive threats on our team.
Yep, and they're just going to get better. And they haven't faced a passing offense yet. And Connor Pitney currently number 2 and 1A in passing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least I think I heard him right. But, I mean, like we talked about, he's passed over 200 yards most of the games this season. And, I mean, he's an accurate passer and all the stuff he does. And then you turn around Hunter McIntyre, they're just doing different dimensions. I mean, this team, like I said, they're going to be better. And they're going to figure it out. And come sectional time, I would want to face the Trojans out there on the gridiron.
Is he number 2 in passing? I thought he was number 1.
Maybe he's number 1. Maybe he's number 2. I can't remember. He's number 1 in something.
I thought it was passing yards. I think he's the only one with 1,000.
Yeah, he's the only one with 1,000. He reached 1,000 yards the fastest, and he's on pace. If he averages 200 yards the rest of the way out, he could own the single-season passing record in yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? The stats of those guys, yeah, it's cool to have the stats, but they want the wins. They want to keep moving forward, and they will. Triton up 1 now as Emma Hepler sends it across. Abby Veer slams it home.
Got a great angle on that one.
And I mean, I'm telling you what, that length and athleticism, she shows it off there on that one.
Yeah.
Hepler gets it across.
It was a tough one to return.
Ooh, McFarland gets it back across just barely, and Abby veers again.
That was good.
Triton 3 points away. 3-point swing for the Big Blue Slam. They're showing life. Emma Hepler, the sniper, back there on her own end line, will send it away. There's her serve. Campbell keeps it going. And the point goes to Triton as Triton blocked it, but then Winamac knocks it out of bounds. 2 points away now. Timeout, Winamac.
Triton's doing a great job at forcing the other team to make mistakes.
So I believe the tennis team got along okay the other day, if I saw right.
At Portage?
Yes.
Yeah, we did good for the teams we play there. They have some of the best teams in Indiana.
So now, do you mainly do doubles, or do you do your own singles, or is that how does all that work?
I've done singles all year, except at Portage I played one doubles.
So how hard is it to play two people out there on the tennis court? I mean, versus being out there by yourself. How hard is it to have two people out there?
Well, I'm more used to singles, so it was harder for me to play doubles because doubles, one of you go up to the net more to play, and I'm not used to that because I stay back with singles. But if you play it more often, it would get easier.
Well, it just looks like, I mean, that my wife was good at it. And I don't know. I'm not one you want to watch play. Let's leave it at that. Triton 2 points away on that one. The ball goes off the net, and Winamac gets the point. Of course, I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin Greer, senior tennis player, and works for the basketball team. And do you do anything in the spring?
I'm going to run track this
year.
I managed it last year.
Talk about Gavin does a good job with all the managing duties he has for the basketball team. And Labby Veer slams it home. They're 1 point away. But you talk about Gavin does a lot of, I mean, those guys are real important as far as the guys managing, doing the film and all that stuff. I mean, that's important stuff. Just as important as the guys on the floor.
Thank you.
McFarland keeps it alive. Triton 1 point away. Faulkner gets to roll across, but she crosses underneath the net. Of course, Orion, the Hall of Famer, he's running the computer over here. He doesn't have a headset tonight. He's still with us. Hose Trousers sends it back across with some authority. Hensley now after her check-in. Winamac keeps it alive. Veers comes out of nowhere to keep that one going. And Hostrouser with finesse. She got to Triton is now up 2-0 over the Conference Warriors from Winamac. 25-21 on that set. Triton defending their home court well.
They've done so good with those short hits. It's so hard to, you would think they'd hit it harder. They have to run up to it, and they haven't been able to get back.
And they're finding that soft spot right there in the corner. I mean, you know, that's huge how they get there right in the corner, and they just get that spot. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you got to have the right angle and how to think about how to do that. I mean, of course, you know, in tennis, I'm sure you guys do that little soft hit there in the corner. But like I said, these girls, there's a lot of talent, and I hope the crowd starts coming out. Like they already show up and they really support the Big Blue Slam very well. Because I'm telling you right now, this team, the rest of this year and then the next year is going to be a tough team to beat.
They are.
And like I said, Gavin, with those managing duties, like you said, when you go in the managing duties, let's talk about some of the stuff you do, because you guys have a lot to do. Yeah. And, you know, and then like I said, that's kind of like the unsung hero part of the team, and they're just as important as the guys who dress to go out there and play. You guys are just as important. That's why I was trying to tell my son. I was like, I mean, if you don't have the opportunity to play, but yet you can still help and serve your team that way. That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things like, I mean, the guys. I mean, you are still a part of that. You are still just another player on the team. Mm-hmm. But like I said, that's huge. So go through some of that stuff that you guys do.
Well, at the game, I record both JV and varsity games. I get the water balls for coaches and players ready before. Pick up the laundry after. Then at practice, we do laundry, get water for the players. Sometimes if they're doing something special, we record that. then sometimes I play with the team during practice if they need somebody extra.
And see, that's huge, and right there, and that like I said, I mean, with that stuff, I mean, you take so much load off of the coaches, and just to kind of so they can do their job, but yet that kind of stuff when you graduate from high school and you get in the real world, that's right there teaching you how to have a good work ethic, and that's huge. And I mean, I know a few other managers that got guys and girls who are just great people, and they're hard workers outside that are adults now. They're great, and I'm telling you right now, I'm sure they'll say they had a lot of that attests to being a manager and the work that they did, because I mean it's real important stuff. But Gavin, it's good to have you up here. I'm glad you snuck in on me there.
Glad I could do it.
And like I said, we're going to get you into that, talking more of that football stuff. We'll get you into that. We'll have you. Hopefully, you can help some girls' basketball games.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, we'll have you along there. You know how basketball works.
This year for basketball, you'll get some footage of me playing senior night.
Hey, looking forward to that now. We'll make sure we have that one on there. Get some footage there playing senior night. Wish I could still. I don't play as much as I used to. I'll go play with some people, but I don't run the court as well as
Yeah.
a little overweight, slightly. My wife feeds me too good. That's what it is. Faulkner back across. Here we go with this third set. Triton leading the way. And Hepler goes right there and can't quite, gets tied up there just a little bit. Coach Perry coaching up the girls on the bench, communicating what she's kind of expecting from them. Coach Perry, very good coach, knows her stuff down there. And not quite the angle they wanted on that one. Winamac with a 2-point swing, but remember, Triton comes alive. They come alive. Winamac had a 4-point swing to start. They had a pretty good run on that first set, or the second set rather, and Triton came firing back. Miller to McFarland. She'll keep it alive back across. And there's the spike. Comes across there. A little momentum for Sobzak as she sends it across. Let's have it Sobzak or Sobzak. Alexa Veers, a senior, gets Triton on the board there with that one. That'll send junior Delaney Miller back to her own end line as Dahl will check in and Emma Hepler will get a breather. Dahl comes across. Nice block there by Dahl and Hostrauser, and it goes out. Triton with a 2-point swing. Really like that the fans showed up here at the Trojan Trench to cheer on the Big Blue Slam. Like I said, they play well at home, so it's a fun sport to watch. Miller with the dig. I'm a little too far forward, not quite the angle we're looking for. Winamac back up 2. And Craig will check in, and that'll send Kendall Johnson back to serve it away for the Warriors. Ostrauss with the spike. Can Winamac recover? And then Madeline Dahl, but she'll cross over by just enough. Right idea. I mean, if she wouldn't have crossed over, that would have been a point for Triton. She's going to be a real talented player. She gets older, only a sophomore. Be a pretty good basketball player, too.
Very athletic.
Yes. Ostrauser, an awfully strong hit. Winamac keeps it alive. Looked like it was going to go out. Miller to Veers. McFarland sends it back across. Ostrazer can't quite get the block she wants. Winamac's up 4. Johnson now will get ready to send it away. Big Blue Slam up 2-0 over the Warriors. Here at the Trojan Trench, I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin Greer and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. As Dahl comes in and spikes it home. Triton's back on the board. Veers and McFarland will switch places. And Winamac can't quite get underneath them. That was Caden Craig. That'll go off the side of her arm, and the ace for Ostrazer. Number 9 in the conference in aces. Nice serve there, and Winamac, there will be another ace. Back-to-back aces, Triton showing life. Trailing 1 here in this third set. Lexia Ostrazer sends it across. And she'll get another one. Winamac can't get it across, back away. Knotted it back up at 6. Ostrazer on a big swing here. She's leading the charge. Miscommunication by Winamac, another ace. Lexia Ostrazer, she's really owning that in line. Sending the big blue slam, commanding back out in front. Faulkner keeps it alive. Dahl to Veers. She's kind of fading away on that one. Craig. Miller doesn't quite get enough on it. That one goes out. And Triton now. Big run here, up 2 in this third set. Looking strong here at the Trojan Trench. Coach Perry liked that one. Ostrazer too strong on the serve, and that'll send McFarland in, and she'll take a break. Also, libero Kaya Campbell checks in to serve for the Warriors. Miller, and we're going to say we got a double hit. And we're not back up at 8. I like that the points go back and forth and it's quick. I like the fast-paced aspect of it. And that one goes out, and Triton back up 1. Talking to a former volleyball player, they used to not have these rally points where it goes back and forth. They used to have to go back and forth. You had to be serving to get the point, or however it worked. Don't quote me on how, but what I was told, it took a lot longer. And we're not back up at 9. That one goes up off the net. Faulkner caught her napping on that one. That's got to be hard to judge off the net.
Mm-hmm. Think it's going to go back, but finds its way over.
That's tough to read. Winamac takes the lead back.
That's the hardest thing to return for tennis, too. You think it's caught on it, somehow finds a way to bounce.
There's a lot of tension on that thing. So, I mean, it could send that ball in any direction.
Yeah.
Winamac on a 3-point swing here. Veers keeps it alive. McFarland to Abby Veers to Jayla Faulkner, and she can't get it across. Campbell can't keep it alive. Triton's back on the board. Now send Kendall Hensley and Emma Hepler back in as Miller and Dahl take a break. Also checking in was Taylor Jennings for Winamac. So that'll send Emma Hepler back to the baseline to serve it away. Nice serve there, and Campbell, can Winamac keep it alive? And they can. Ace there for Emma Hepler. Trailing 1. Abby Veers sends it home, and they get another point. Just like that, we're knotted back up at 12. Big Blue Slam commanding their way back into the back in this set. Hepler. Winamac sending it back a little ways, and they can get it back across. Veers. Hepler. Abby Veers with a hit. Jayla Faulkner gets it there, but Campbell keeps alive with the dig. And Hepler sends it a little bit close to the Orion. I don't know what that's called yet. We just call it the ladder. Not sure what that's called over there with the judge.
I don't know either. That's why I would call it ladder.
I'm still learning. Next year I'll know all this stuff. Faulkner to Hepler. And Abby Veers, and she finds a soft spot in the zone. Triton knots it back up at 13. Hostrouser checks in for Abby Veers, and she'll get a break. McFarland now. Emma Hepler. Hostrouser finds a soft spot in the zone. They're up 1. And McFarland now will get a second serve. Nice serve there. And that one will go out. Triton's now 10 points away from breaking the brooms out for a sweep here at the Trojan Trench. Zeider checks back in, the senior, as McFarland sends it away. Campbell keeps it going. Didn't like the way that felt come off her hand, judging by the grimacing look on her face. Faulkner gets it back across. And Jennings will find a soft spot in Triton's side of things, and they'll get it back here. Trailing 1. Sending Maggie Smith back to serve. McFarland to Hepler. Hostrouser with the spike. Sends that one back with authority. That is Triton now up to 9 points away. This math is a little bit easier to do. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me to do it on Friday night with yards. Veers. Triton feeling some life there on their side. Faulkner can't get it right, the right angle underneath that one. Winamac trails 1. Taryn Yates checks in for senior Alexa Veers. Yates comes in with the strong hit. And too strong on that one, knots it up at 16. And Winamac with the block, it'll go out. Triton's up 1, 8 points away. Miller and Dahl will check in as Hensley and Hepler get a break. Miller serves it across. And Zeider will find a soft spot in the zone on that one. We're knotted back up at 17 as Johnson Makes her way back to her own end line on that far corner and gets ready to serve it away. Ostrauser finds it there. Winamac recovers. Dahl can't quite, and that one spins across there. 4 hits for the Trojans. Winamac up 1.
It's interesting to watch them serve. Everyone has a different way that they do it, kind of like basketball players with their free throw.
Exactly right. Good observation, Gavin. I didn't notice. I didn't think about that till you said that. And Lexia Ostrauser with the block. Kill, or whatever you want to call those. I don't know what's what. I'll have to ask that in my interviews what a kill is. And she has the ace. Triton's up 1. And like you say that, like you have baseball players that have their own walk-up way before they get ready to bat.
Yeah.
So that was a good observation. Yeah, I guess whatever makes us comfortable and whatever kind of keeps you in rhythm is real important. McFarland's going to check in for Ostrauser. She's out there with Miller, Faulkner, Yates, Dahl, and Abby Veers. Campbell sends it across. Abby Veers will try to find a soft spot. Can Winamac recover? And, and a block. Dahl tries to keep it alive. Veers keeps it going. Nice job there on the communication up by the net. Jayla Faulkner tries to keep it alive but can't, and Winamac will go up 1. Miller tries to keep it going, but tries to go up over Yates, who fell down. Winamac up 2. And Campbell's will go in the net. Triton down 1. 5 points away. Alexa Veers is going to come in for Taryn Yates, who took a hard hit to the floor. And Winamac will step under the net, knot it up at 21. 4 points away now for the Big Blue Slam. Veers sends it across. Abby Veers tries to find a soft spot with a hard hit. Veers keeps it alive. McFarland to Dahl. Winamac working it around. Strong hit. Veers almost had a piece of it. Triton's up 1, 3 points away. And timeout Winamac. This might be a break Triton needs. That's got to be tough to read when you're back there on those lines like that. That's got to be tough to read.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'd have a hard time with it.
You have to think so quick on if it's angling out, it's going to stop short.
That's a tough thing to read. I mean, I used to have to read on the outfield when the ball comes off the bat. But man, I got time to think about it. But here they don't have time. It's a split second. You got to be able to react.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's not in position. It's not going back across, or it's not going to go keep it in play where you can keep the points moving. Senior Alexa Veers back at her own baseline, gets ready to serve it away. Up 1. Coach Perry signaling, directing traffic. Nice block by Abby Veers and Jayla Faulkner. Triton's now 2 points away. Alexa Veers, all focus on her face as she gets ready to send this one away. Nice serve by her. And that one will go out, and Triton gets the point, 1 point away. Here we go. This could be match point for Alexa Veers. She sends it across. Winamac trying to recover. Campbell. Veers now to Miller. Abby Veers. And McFarland can't get to it. Winamac down 2. Been a high drama match on this one. It's been a close match all the way throughout. Veers keeps it going. Miller to Dahl. And there it is. Triton wins. They stay undefeated at home in conference play. They win that set 25-22. And the conference trophy stays with them. And Triton here now improves their season record to 11-7 and still perfect in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. Great job by them tonight. The JV, I believe, won earlier. I can't remember. I wasn't out here for that one. But as they leave off of the court, great job by them. Gavin, what did you think of your first volleyball match up here?
They played really well. It was fun to watch.
Not what you would expect it to be, I mean, without actually sitting and really watching the game.
Yeah.
So, well, we're going to be signing off. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin Greer and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Big Blue Slam sweeps the floor here tonight at the Trojan Trench, staying undefeated in conference play. And until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.